So please describe to me what the aesthetic look is exactly.
Well, like this guy here.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring
Oh wow, you really have to come in here?
like this guy.
Is this
No,
is this really happening? He met the other guy behind you, bro. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm right into that bad boy.
You can stay right there, behind the camera, behind the camera. No, see now that you got me jealous now.
That's okay.
That's not
no,
fair.
but you're more in the category like Lucifer Arnold. Okay?
My man. Yeah. Arnold Ferrigno. Huh?
Okay.
Aesthetic.
That's great, partner. You two ever go out place everything in its proper place?
That does not make sense, but we usually do go. We head to Kroger's, and we work.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lady waiting for me back home also. She has the most beautiful scrotum. Oh, God. And when she sings, she sounds just like a puppy dog. How do you nail a photo?
Just gotta get in the mode. You gotta talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes. You
Okay,
gotta
so
have the eyes
can you show me a little bit of something, like to this camera? I would love to know how to do this. I just want to know.
Well,
How
I
do you do
mean,
it? Teach
the
me
smile,
something.
You can get the sexy eyes. Then you know you gotta get the smile. Smile going on some shoes, but you know.
Wait, hold up.
You got.
I gotta
when it's
try
time,
this with
when,
you.
when it's
Hold
time
on.
to laugh,
I gotta try
you
this
gotta
with
think
you.
of something funny
All right,
and start laughing.
do it again. Do it again. How do you do it? Teach me.
Sexy eyes.
The sexy eye.
This is sexy eyes right here.
Smizing?
Smile.
So you're smizing.
Smile.
Okay.
And then you gotta get the.
No, I look like I need to take a poop or something.
Wish words were like little toy guns. No sting, no hurt, no one, just a bang, bang. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah, like that. Just a bang,
Toy
bang,
guns.
rolling off your tongue.
Toy guns.
It's no smoke, no
Bang, bang.
bullets.
Water guns. All right.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. What's up, y'all? Hope you guys are doing well out there. I'm trying to adjust my camera. It's all off kilter. What's up, y'all? Happy Friday. Happy Friday to all y'all. I hope you guys are having a fantastic one, an amazing one, a positive one, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We all need that positivity right now. You know, it's been a long week. Let me just say that. It's been a long week. Long story short, I got my boy Jackie Buck in the house. What's a guan, bruh?
Hey, yay. What's up, man? How are you?
Ear. I'm doing good. How are you, man? How are you?
A little bit colder today. My head's a little bit more clean shaven.
No kidding, man.
I started using the buzzer, and I went on a low level, and then I did the whole thing, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to go ahead and get myself a little bit fade up on the sides. And then one side went up a little high, and I was like, well, maybe I could still fix it. And then the other side went up a little, and then I was like, okay, this is done. So
you're like,
it's
yeah, man, it's a wrap, son.
So here I am,
bruh. Well,
yeah,
two bald men. That's what's up. That's what's up. You know,
we got a little contrast going on the imagery here. So.
No, no kidding. All I'm gonna say is, I'm just gonna get it out the way. Now we got two bald men on the same show. So the show should just be called now Two Bald Men.
Between two ferns?
Between two bald men?
Yeah, there we go.
You know what I'm saying? Something like that. That's funny as hell, though. That's funny as hell. But, hey, you know what I mean? Hey, bald looks good on you, bruh. Bald looks good.
I think everyone's got a nice head.
Yeah.
They never know until they do it. Most people don't ever shave their head. But I've been slowly having a receding hairline and a growing bald spot on the back of my head. So I like to think it's due to stress and not my genes, but it definitely is due to my genes and stress, I think, is just making it go a little bit faster. Yeah.
Hey, mine went a long time ago. So, here it is. I think it's called kids. You can just call it kids. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no kids, but I'm saying for you, I think it's just kids. Stress and kids. You feel me?
I typically wear a hat every day when I'm outside and like doing work and stuff. So for me, like it's just less to clean, I guess. I don't know.
I'm done. Less to clean. Sure. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why the heck not?
I get to save on shampoo now. So
yeah.
I had so much hair before.
So much hair. I have a feeling that we're gonna have some issues. There's some internet internet is a little slow right now, but hopefully everything will be back up and running or back up to snuff here very, very shortly. But that's what's up, though, man. That's you just said, F it. Might as well just do it. Might as well just jump all the way into it and just cut it all off. Well, hopefully this is not something that you're going to sport for a long time. I mean, hopefully you're just going to grow your hair back and just let it be what it is.
That's kind of the cycle is shave it down low, let it grow out, and then once the neck hair starts getting longer than the top of my head, because it seems to have a higher growth rate than my actual hair.
Yeah.
Then I know it's time to buzz it up. But I haven't been going to a like a barber or anything like that. So this is all self done.
Yeah.
It's, I had to do the double check because after I did the first round, I should put that photo up. But I had a nice little chunk of hair left over on the back at top. So I wish I had eyes in the back of my head, but I got to use a camera.
Unfortunately, right? Unfortunately. Now, I know that some people are sitting there going like, oh, yeah, you should call it people are sitting there going, oh, yeah, between two shiny heads. Or between two shiny dudes. Another person that was Tadugi, and then Tyrannus said, hey, join the crew, man. Bald lives matter. Absolutely, man. Bald lives matter. Let's not forget that. You know what I'm saying? Malia, good evening or good morning. What? Oh, of course it's good evening for her. Of course. What am I saying? It's good evening for her. Bang. Good evening. For one, he is gone for the rest of the season, for the rest of the Cincinnati Reds season. As far as I know, he is indefinitely suspended. That's it. He's suspended indefinitely. There is pretty much, you could say that mother lover is fired. They're just finding they're just trying to find a proper way of letting him go. I think that's what it is.
Without paying his benefits.
Facts.
Probably.
Facts. Hard facts. So all we can do is sit back, relax, and let the craziness go in regards to that. You know what I'm saying? So we're just going to have to wait. We're going to have to wait and see, There is some other stuff. There's some other developing news that has happened in regards to the Sweetie Pie's murder for hire case. I got to be honest, this is wild to me. And I need to set the record straight on something, okay? So I'm going to say this thing, and then I'm going to tell you guys the news, and then I'm going to explain something. I'm going to try to clear something real quick because there has been some confusion I've seen on YouTube in regards to this developing news. They have been putting the wrong person's face. Yeah, Jack. They're putting the wrong person's face on not on the news. I'm talking about YouTube, not the news. YouTube. Sorry, I'm trying to get you and me in the same shot. There we go. So I'm not sitting here saying the news. The news got it right. The internet, because everybody's so quick, you know how we're the information superhighway nowadays. And as soon as news breaks, everyone wants to be the first video out. So everyone cranks it out and does, works their balls off trying to get out there as fast as they can. Now, I'm going to explain that in a little bit, but I want to break this news to you guys too, because this is developing news as of overnight. So there is now a Nellyville producer. There is a third person that has been arrested in regards to connections to the murder for hire case or murder for hire plot in the Sweetie Pie's murder of Andre Montgomery. So a St. Louis insurance agent and music producer who produced several tracks on Nelly's Nellyville album helped Sweetie Pie's James Tim Norman take out hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of life insurance on Norman's nephew and has been indicted. So Wally Yagnam, 42 years old, of St. Louis, he goes by Wally, by the way, was charged with 1 count conspiracy to commit wire and mail fraud. Norman is now facing the same charge in addition to conspiracy to commit murder for hire and murder for what? And murder for hire, resulting in the death as part of the indictment. So, from my understanding, from what it seems like, James Tim Norman went to YL, aka Wally, and set up this whole thing, set up the life insurance policy on Norman's nephew Andre, so he could collect after he killed, or after he had his nephew killed, right? So he can get that $450,000 life insurance paycheck, if you will. All right. So he went to Wally to get it all set up, or YL. He went to get it all set up. So now they're saying that he was a part of it, and he was part of the plot to help, get Tim the monies. Okay. So one of the things I want to make abundantly clear, there is another producer that was on Nellyville. That is not the producer that people on YouTube have been putting up. People have been putting up the pictures and face of the producer, J.E. A very, very talented, very, very well-known producer in this town. But on YouTube, people are putting up his photo instead of putting up YL's photo. I know them both personally. They're personally two completely different men. So I wanted to make that abundantly clear. Okay? There are pictures and there's images of J.E. being attached to the murder, to being a part of this murder for hire plot with Sweetie Pie's Tim Norman, and it is not him. I repeat, it is not him. Actually, I'm going to pull up a photo of YL so that you guys can see his face, and then I'm going to pull up a photo of J.E. just so you guys know how off everybody is right now.
Jeez. Has he come out and made a statement against it at all?
So far, no. I mean, this is all new, so Wally.
Maybe we can get him on the show to clear some things up.
See, I don't know if we're ever gonna see I don't know if we're ever gonna see that. I don't know if we're ever gonna see that or have him talk. I mean, it'd be a great excuse me. It'd be an amazing thing if we could have that. But okay, so first things first, I'm gonna show you guys what Wally or YL looks like, and it's just in this article that I just read to you guys. So take a look. This right here, this man right here is YL. Okay? This is YL. I just want to make that abundantly clear. Let's get a nice close-up look at his face. All right? This man, boom. Just want to make it abundantly clear. This is YL. All right? This is YL.
So that's the correct photo.
That is the correct photo of him. But I just saw on another video that's getting hundreds of thousands of views right now that really, really just angers me. Of J.E.'s face, and that is not that is not him, y'all. Like, J.E. has been on my show. We've had multiple conversations. This guy is a really, really talented dude. I mean, straight up, this is not who everybody says is attached to this murder for hire plot. It's crazy. Which is funny. I just typed in J.E. in Google, and guess what I found?
Your interview?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shameless plug, I guess. But this is from an interview. I just found this right off of Google. I'm not lying. This is from when my show before COVID was on a set and all of that. That is J.E. That is not YL. And there's a lot of videos out there that are putting his name next to, or putting his face, I'm sorry, they're putting his face on top of YL's the story with YL. It is not that. So JE's a good friend. I know YL. I know Wally as well. To me, this is kind of a big surprise to me. I'm just going to be straight funky with you. This whole thing. I mean, but then again, you just never know who you're talking to. Sometimes you just never know who you're rocking with or what kind of person you're talking to until you see it. So I just wanted to make that abundantly clear because, you know, I know them both. I don't know YL as well as I know JE, and JE's an upstanding dude. He's a good man. You know, he doesn't seem like the type that would ever be involved with anything like this. So everybody needs to, before they do their thing, before they put something out, y'all need to start doing your research. That's all I'm saying. I hate it when people start putting things up and it's completely wrong. When they say, "Oh, that's not the right person," and blah blah blah. It's like, bruh, no, you got it wrong. You got it completely wrong. You typed in whatever, and you just screen grabbed as many images of whatever you could find. That was some lazy research. Do your research. That's all I can say. I'm not perfect either. I've made many mistakes too. It happens, but at the same time, do the research. What were you gonna say, Jack?
Let's see. If you type in Nellyville producer,
yeah,
like I wonder if like that's what, like if his face shows up more compared to YL's.
That's a very good question.
Because somebody's got to be going out and like, what type of research are they doing? They just type it in Nelly producer, and then having, just grabbing the first results.
Yeah, and that's literally what I'm thinking.
Because that's what happens. You type in Nelly producer, JE is the person that shows up for it.
But if you sit there and you're getting somebody like, they're saying YL such and such, you know what I mean? The name is there. His name is JE. For crying out loud. YL starts with a W. J. Guess what letter that starts with? E. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, y'all. You know, like, with all due respect, just do the research. Get the research right.
Yeah.
Get it done right. And that's what grinds my gears. I hate when people are doing that kind of thing. They put out as much as they can, and I understand. We're all trying to get out there. Be the first one to get that video because that video will go viral. That'll be shared, so on and so forth. But at the same time, it's like, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. We gotta think more. We gotta be more into this. You know what I mean? We gotta do your research right. You know? That's all. We all make that mistake. You know? But just get the research right.
This is a bad situation to have the wrong research.
Right.
Now that's just putting this guy out there, and people are going to think that he's part of this whole thing. Now he has to like defend himself for against something that for no reason. Like
because I'm looking at this video, right? I'm looking at this particular video, and it's saying YL Yagman, you know what I mean, in this video, and they're showing these like, these I forgot the guy's name, so never mind. But they do these these panned video photos of JE, and I'm like, and I literally like almost dropped my phone because I'm like, oh my god, wait, JE's name is YL? No, it's not YL. I was like, that's not YL. What the hell? So then I Googled it real quick, and I'm like, oh, no. They got it all wrong, bruh. No, don't do that to my dude. Don't do that to bruh. Come on now. But I know the other guy. I'm just surprised. That's all.
Yeah. JE, what are you doing this week? Just trying to clear my name of murder. That's
right. You know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense to me personally. But that's just me. That is just me. You know. But anyway, and like I said, now that video that has been seen over 200,000 times now, since since last night, I think they posted that. Now everybody and their mama is looking at that and thinking it's this guy, and it's not. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on from that, we can jump into a little bit of this. I actually have a video about to be posting on this, but Megan Thee Stallion has finally come out in a Instagram live video and has now said that she has finally said who shot her. Guess who shot her, Jack?
Was it Tori?
You're correct. Ding, ding, ding. Da, 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 da,
I mean, wasn't that just the assumption before, too?
I mean, that's always been the assumption. But everyone had, here's the thing. Everybody was speculating, conspiring, coming up with ideas. Because what is it? What's going on? We're bored. We're stuck in the house. We have nothing better to do but sit here and speculate. And
play detective.
And let these ideas ruminate in our brains and turn into some crazy concoctions of like an alien came down, to the point where it's gotten to that. Like, oh no, the man who shot JFK came in and jumped in and shot her in the foot. I mean, it's getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm obviously exaggerating right now, but on some real stuff, man. It's gotten to the point where she got fed up. Also, apparently she said Tory Lane's PR people are going around there and adding, like, stoking the flames of BS.
Yeah.
Instead of actually saying, hey, this is actually true, or this is the truth, here it is. She's been seeing on blogs and other sites and all that, where people are literally, like, his PR team is out there stoking the flames and talking that BS. So she got really tired of it, finally went to IG Live and said, all right, y'all, the dude shot me. That's it. Here it is. Here's the reason why there was a heated argument that was going on in the car. I got out. He pulled out his gun and blasted me. And that's it. Shot me in the foot twice. What's crazy to me is I want to know more than anything what the argument was about. Why was the argument so heated to the point that he would pull out his gun when she's walking away in a bathing suit, mind you? Like, she's full on, like, thong and everything. I mean, she's, you've seen the video of her getting arrested and or like the cops coming up and everything. She's basically buck naked. She's in this argument with these guys in the car. She gets out. What would compel Tory Lane so much to the point of pulling out a gun and shooting her in the foot? What would compel him to do that? What kind of talk would make him that angry? Inquiring minds would like to know. What are your thoughts, Jack?
You put the toilet paper to where you can pull it down from the front, not from the back.
Come on. Seriously, though, what do you think, man?
I don't know what, I mean, it looks like she's denying that she hit him in the car. But, at this point in time, I don't know, what to believe from her mouth, I guess, in regards to this situation. But, if they were all in the car, they're at a party, maybe they've been drinking, maybe I don't know what the argument could have been enough to where, someone would be willing to discharge a gun at somebody else that supposedly they're friendly with, right? So,
yeah.
But she must have had a very strong argument with them, and if it got physical in the car and he was like, back off, and who knows, exactly what was happening inside the car that led up to it. But she said that, yes, Tory shot me, you shot me, and you got your publicists and people to these blogs lying. Stop lying. And then she explained, I didn't tell the police nothing because I didn't want us to get in no more trouble. And she said that she was afraid for her safety and feared legal repercussions. So, I don't know. She credited police with driving her to a hospital where she underwent surgery and removed the bullets, that she was actually never arrested.
Mm-hmm.
And she just said an argument broke out while she was sharing a ride in SUV with Peterson and other people. And, it's really, like, What argument? What happened? Because I don't know much about them in general, so I don't know if there's a previous, beef that they have had or previous issues that have come up between the two of them that could have been exacerbated from some kind of conversation, or drugs involved, or was there, if everyone was drunk, like, I don't know, how hype was everybody? I don't know, like.
Yeah.
But,
I mean,
it seems like some drama.
seems like a whole lot of drama. Too much drama, to be honest. Now, the thing that she did say that she was very concerned, that she was very, very concerned about given the light of everything that's been going on as of late. The George Floyd had been killed just a few months before that. There was all this kind of tension between black and blue going on. I mean, she was kind of like, I am not going to expose and say to people that Tory Lanez, tell the cops that Tory Lanez shot me, because I know for a fact that it's going to possibly cause harm on Tory Lanez. Now, here's the thing. I give the girl, I give her mad props for doing that. But at the same time, I don't know about y'all, but if I got shot by a friend and I'm sitting there going, oh, but he's my friend and he's a friend and he's a friend. Hell to the no. Sorry. I'm exposing your ass. I'm sorry. You shoot me, we ain't friends no more. I don't feel any obligation towards saving you and saving your ass. Hell no. Deuces. Bye. He shot me. The reason why I'm limping like this is because that man shot me. He pulled out a gun. She even said in a tweet or an Instagram post or whatever, she said on Sunday, somebody shot at me, trying to trying to personally harm me, something along the lines of that. I mean, come on, that says a lot. You got somebody who's out here trying to physically give you harm, and yet you feel obligated not to tell the truth. Like, why would you stop from telling the truth? Unless you all are bumping uglies, unless you guys are working out some huge deal, or they have something hanging over your head, like they got some information or they got some footage or some incriminating footage of something like that of you. Like you're getting blackmailed or something. Why would you withhold that kind of information from people? Especially when everybody and their mama is going, are you okay? What happened? Why did that happen? What's going on? And you're just going, well, yeah, this, that, and the third, and the other thing, and the other thing, and this, that, and the third. If you lie, why lie? Why withhold the information? It's not like she lied. She didn't lie. She just withheld information. Why wouldn't you just say, here it is. I don't care. Now that everything's gone, now that we don't have, now that the cops are gone, now that everything's over, I'm going to tell the truth. Here it is. Here's everything. The man did it. You know what I'm saying? Him did it. There it is. Done. And then let the local authorities go and pick him up and throw his ass in jail. Why didn't you press charges? You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying what happened. That's why I'm saying what happened in that car. That's
Right.
it. What happened in the car? Because obviously something happened in the car to the point where she did not want to say anything to them. You know what I'm saying? Like something happened in the car. Something must have happened in the car. Clearly. You know?
It's definitely something happened in the car.
Now here's the thing.
She put on
Go ahead.
out there and she said he shot me and I tried to protect him because the police be killing us. And so that's why she didn't say anything originally. But now people are calling her a snitch.
Yeah, there are people that are calling her a snitch for sure. Now the thing is that I'm gonna be straight funky with you. I don't think she's a snitch. I don't think she's a snitch at all. I think she was just telling her truth.
Yeah.
I think.
Are you a snitch if you tell on somebody else if you're not involved directly in the situation, and if you're involved in it and then telling the person that did it, like you're just, protecting yourself? I don't know what the guidelines of a snitch are.
Yeah. What is a snitch? What is referred to as a snitch? Well, see, now that's messed up. I mean, let's be completely straight funky. No, hold on. Hear me out. It's messed up. How could you sit there and say that she's a snitch on something that happened to her personally? Why would you say that she is a snitch on something that happened to her personally? That doesn't make any bloody sense. That doesn't make any earthly sense. Now, if she was like, oh, him and them did that and the other, if you were Tekashi 6ix9ine, you a snitch. You's a snitch. All right? But she's not a snitch. How's she a snitch? That doesn't make any sense. What'd she do? Just saying to everybody, this is what happened. This is what went on. This is what went down. Come on, y'all. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Think about it. Snitch? See, this is when I would be, if I were her, I'd be offended. Real talk, I'd be like, how dare you call me a snitch? This happened to me. And I'm more of a G for the fact that I did not tell on him at that moment. That it's been a month. I've had bullets taken out of my body. And I've been still holding it down for this dude. Yet his people are going around and going, oh yeah, like his whole PR people. I mean, allegedly, this is all coming from her mouth. They're out there, trying to stir the pot, adding more BS stoking the BS flames that are going on all over the place towards this thing. And she, you know what I'm saying? And finally she said, I had enough of it. You're going to try to make me look like a bad person when I haven't done anything. They're sitting there going, oh yeah, she was jealous because Kylie Jenner did such and such, or he was talking to Kylie Jenner, so she was upset. And her 5'11", having ass went and beat up his 5'4", or how small his little ass is. So then he had to pull out his gun and shoot her to protect himself. That's one of the theories. Then there's plenty of theories that are going on out there. And there's people out there that just keep stoking the BS flames. That's BS, man. That's not fair. That's not fair. Especially when you got somebody who's holding it like she literally didn't say anything. She's in pain. She's got 2 feet that are messed up. She's backing up. All the cops, helicopters are flying above, guns drawn, pointed at all of them. And she could have easily said, it was Tory Lanez, he just shot me. Easily. And it could have been all she wrote.
What if she started it and he was just defending himself?
If she got out of the car and walked away, right? Walking away from the argument, then what is she starting then?
Like, what if she was hitting him in the car and then got out?
That's a good possibility too. That's a very good possibility. She could have done that, walked out of the car like F you, like this, and he's just like F you, pow pow. That could be it too.
You like your toes?
Not anymore. Pop pop. I don't know. It's weird though, right?
Yeah.
It's freaking really weird. It's weird. But snitch, I wouldn't call her a snitch. Yeah. Calling her a snitch is like, that's y'all trying.
Yeah.
That's a reach. That's a real reach. Real talk.
A guy named Sports Guru is out there on Twitter calling her a snitch.
You're right.
So.
I mean, here it is though. Like, if you really think about it all, she could have easily, there's so many options she could have gone down. She decided to go, hey guys, I ain't talking about nothing. I ain't saying nothing. This is what happened. This is what's going down. I'm pleading the fifth. But though, here's the information. Somebody shot at me, wanted to cause me physical harm. That's it. Thank you guys so much for your concerns. Keep it moving. You know, peace, love, and chicken grease. She could have kept it at that and just kept it moving. But people just keep asking questions because they're sitting there going, that doesn't make any sense. And of course, like I've said, and you know, I do have a video out here, and it, you know, literally, it is like the greatest. Right now, it could have gone down in history, in hip hop history, as one of those great mysteries of like what really went down, who really shot you, like Biggie Smalls, who shot you. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
who shot JR, right?
Who shot JR? But that's not a great hip hop mystery. But you know what I'm saying? You know, there's people who are going to sit there wondering what the heck happened. And that would be totally justified. That's totally justified that everybody's wondering, you know? So she had many opportunities to expose the truth, and she didn't. And I mean, here it is. I give her mad props for it. But at the same time, I would have a breaking point too. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely have a breaking point where it's like, you know what? I'm tired of all y'all talking this BS. Homie, I'm good. Here it is. Boom. Instead of making me look like a bad guy, how am I the bad guy when I'm the one who got shot? You know what I'm saying? So I say good for her for, you know, finally just saying something, finally speaking on the truth, I guess. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Is it the full truth? I mean, that's inquiring minds would like to know. You know what I'm saying? We will.
Sounds like she would have kept her mouth shut if he wouldn't have been out there and having his publicist and stuff, like saying, you know, trying to make it sound like he wasn't involved or something.
Right.
And then, you know, because she said on Twitter, she goes, lie one more time and I'm going to out you, or I'm going to, you know, or something like that. So, like, you know, she was willing to keep her mouth shut about the whole situation.
Willing, yeah. But at the same time, you know, it's just like, and I here it is though, and I get it though. If you really think about it, she's somebody who's sitting there constantly getting people who are sitting there going, hey, what happened? Are you okay? 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 What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? Did he really shoot you? No, you beat him. That's what you did. You nasty girl. You blah, blah, blah. You were just jealous, man. Y'all been bumping uglies and blah, blah, blah. I mean, if you see all that stuff and you're seeing all those comments consistently, yeah, you're going to have somebody going, hey, at one point, you're going to snap. At one point, you're going to be like, bruh, here it is. Here it is. This guy shot me. The truth. I don't care anymore. I'm tired of it. Let me put this thing to bed. Or you come out with a new mixtape and call it a day. That's all I can say. But she came out with WAP, and still people are still talking about it. You want to know why people are still talking about it, though? You want to know why, though? You want to know why? Okay. You want to know why? Like I just went to tell you. You want to know why? Because. ¿Por qué? Because. Here it is. Now, everything revolves around after they went to a Kylie Jenner pool party. Okay? Then, they're sitting there chilling. They're in their car. They're in the fight and whatnot. It all roots from the beginning of whatever happened at Kylie Jenner's party. Then, they premiere a music video called WAP, Wet and Gushy, okay? They put that video out, and guess who's in the damn music video? Kylie Jenner herself. So they're sitting there, and there's been a huge problem with Kylie Jenner. So then, there's a huge problem with Kylie Jenner being in the music video, and then of course they're sitting there going, well, why would you let them have Kylie Jenner in the music video if she's one of the reasons why you got shot in the foot in the first place? You should that clip should have been thrown on the cutting room floor. That's what's been going on. So then you literally put out a music video featuring one of the girls, one of the people that's the root of one of the rumors, one of the main rumors, which is Megan Thee Stallion got jealous because I guess Tory Lanez and her have been bumping uglies for a while. They thought that, I guess, the speculations and the rumors and the gossip is Tory Lanez was trying to holler at Kylie Jenner at the pool party. Megan Thee Stallion started getting in her feelings. They were in the car. They started having a heated argument that turned into a fight. Then Megan Thee Stallion is beating his ass, literally physically dominating that ass. And he pulled out his gun and shot her in the foot, or shot twice, to protect himself from her. That's one of the stories. So you have a music video that comes out 3 or 4 weeks later with Kylie Jenner up in this piece. It only throws more logs and more throws kerosene onto the fire that's already fully ablaze. You see what I'm saying? So she's probably going, "Oh, I'm tired of defending myself. I'm tired of defending the choices that I'm making right now." Maybe she was thinking that WAP music video was going to completely make people look another way. You know, maybe a Kansas City Shuffle type thing, you know? But no, it did not. It
There was a
only stoked
petition
the
online
flames.
to get her removed from the video.
Exactly. Yeah, and we've talked about that too. You know, we've talked about it on the show as well. You know, never have I ever thought I'd ever have to have a conversation with the words Kylie Jenner in it or Megan Thee Stallion in it, but there it is. It is real. It is happening. And like I said, they're all at that point right now where they're just like, you know what? I think she's at that point where she's just exhausted hearing the comments, exhausted with everybody bringing up the questions and everything. And they're just like, all right, let's just get this over with. Here's the truth. Now, you can call her a snitch or not, but I don't think she's a snitch. I saw something that Mr. T12 said. Snitching is when you're a participant of a crime and you tell the other participants to get a lighter sentence. And that, or you tell on, the other participants to get a lighter sentence. That is a snitch. Somebody who does crime on you and you point out who the person behind the smoking gun is, that is not a snitch. Tekashi 6ix9ine is a snitch. That is what a snitch is, y'all. And for everybody who sits there and says that Megan Thee Stallion is a snitch, needs to go somewhere and read a book. Go learn you some words. You know what I'm saying? Because that is not a snitch. Like I said, I give her mad props for going out there and being who she is, keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? And putting in the words that she has been putting in, trying to defend, trying to keep it vague. But at the same time, I still want to know por qué. Why? Why would you leave? Why would you hold that back? Why would you hold that information back? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense.
Well, I see a Gmail account that's on her Instagram. So maybe we can email her and ask her.
Exactly. And all it is an empty email, no sentence, no subject matter. You know what I'm saying? Just from the Pascal show. And it just says, ¿por qué? And it's just me just like that. Just a meme like that. Yep. ¿Por qué? But why? You know what I mean?
Yeah. With Kylie being in that video, I saw somebody wrote, they did a tweet. They said Kylie in the WAP video equals people moaning about Kylie in the video, which equals people tweeting about Kylie in the video, which equals people who haven't seen the video going to watch the video to find out why Kylie's in the video, and Cardi's getting those hits. Cardi B liked that tweet. And so, you know, maybe that was just a business move.
That is
like, oh, you got drama right now. Let's put you in here. That's gonna make this video even that much better to get more views.
What's up. That's what's up, and that's very, very true. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's jump on it. You know what I mean? That's it. You know.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's jump into this conversation. And the thing is we haven't had a conversation to talk about or opportunity to talk about this, so we're going to talk about it. All right, for a few minutes. The DNC, the last night of the DNC convention was last night, y'all. And I got a chance to watch it.
I did not, so
ask me how it was.
Hey, man, how was that DNC thing you watched last night?
Hey, man, thank you so much for asking. I'm so proud of you. Thank you, my fellow bald man. Well, no. Honestly, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, like, you know, there's a lot of other commentary pages out there, a lot of commentary YouTube channels that will sit there and rip it apart. Like, there's guys that I watch on YouTube consistently, you know, just to hear a different opinion, just to hear a different take on things. Because sometimes it's good to hear that opposing side, so it opens up your mind a little bit and makes you think deeper about that particular subject. But a lot of these guys are just really well trained. They're just super trained. And it's really frustrating when they go and check out something, you know, they watch something and they say, oh, it was a disaster. It was so cringe and all this stuff. And it's like, where was it cringe? It was a bunch of people just speaking. Where was it cringy? But then I guarantee you, when the RNC does the same damn thing here very soon, they're going to be doing the same approach. It's all going to be remote, all videos. And I guarantee you that every single commentator, every single commentary page that is conservative or Republican is going to sit there and just suck its ass. Seriously, they're going to be like, oh my God, it was so amazing. It was so dope. But then you see this other stuff like the Democratic National Convention and they're critiquing it. They're ripping it apart. And it's like, what are you talking? What was there to rip apart? It was people speaking, reading off of teleprompters. Y'all going to get the same procedure very soon. RNC is going to do the same approach. So I hope to see you guys say that it's cringe too. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's funny, you know. This thing is very funny. And the thing is like, there it is. I just saw something from Enemy Nation. And I'm not throwing any shade on RNC. I'm not throwing any shade on DNC. But when you say there's going to be a huge difference from the RNC and the DNC, then let me know. Comment down below. What is going to be so huge in regards to the two? All I'm saying is that people sit here and go, oh, it was so bad. It was so stupid or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, bruh, you guys are going to have the same thing. You guys are going to be doing the same damn thing. The only difference is it's our already elected president speaking on there as well. That's it. There were some moments during the DNC throughout this whole week that was messed up. I did not like the whole fact that AOC was endorsing Bernie Sanders instead of Joe Biden. I thought that was interesting. You know, there were a lot of things that were just crazy and not good. But Joe Biden's speech, I was actually impressed. I was actually very impressed. I was expecting him. I was like watching it and I'm like, okay, it's been 10 minutes. He's going to start slipping now. And he didn't. I was actually pretty impressed. And yes, he used a lot of very divisive words. Whoever wrote his speech was very, very smart. There was a lot of words that were sprinkled in there that if you really listen to the speech, he was trying to speak in a way to, you know, he's saying it, but not really saying it, if that makes any sense. He was saying things that were kind of geared towards the black community. There were certain things that he was saying. And then, of course, he said deliberate things. I'm not sitting here saying that he wasn't saying deliberate things, but there were other things that he said that I was just like, oh, okay. There's words that are hidden within that sentence that if you really critique it, you're like, okay, he's saying something specifically to a demographic. But I'll tell you this, though. The speech was really good. But he is no Obama as far as speaking goes. He is no Obama, you know. But I think he had a very good speech. Whoever wrote it for him did a very good job, you know. And he was focused. They upped his dosage of Adderall, and he was hella focused, y'all. Hella focused, for sure. The Enemy Nation said the RNC is going to focus on winning and MAGA and positivity and energy. Okay. I mean, we'll see it when it happens. And I'm going to be watching that too. Of course, this is what we do on this show. We talk about the news and we talk about what's trending. So, we will be talking about that for sure. I mean, I will be looking at it. And then, of course, I'm going to be looking towards those commentary pages and seeing how much they just kiss the RNC's convention's ass and how much it's amazing and all that. And I would love to see them blow it out the water. You know what I'm saying? It is the first time that this has ever been done, So maybe the RNC is taking notes on what worked and what didn't work for the DNC. The DNC was a guinea pig. You know what I'm saying? They had the first round. Lucky for the RNC, because then the RNC can look at it and go, that was stupid. That worked. That did not work. Maybe we shouldn't bring somebody who's involved with possible Epstein stuff to speak. That was also not a good look, I think, as well. And maybe some more musical performances, So a whole lot of Kid Rock. Anyway, so Tanovane, the question is, will the RNC somehow talk about Trump more than the DNC? LOL. Yeah, that's actually a funny question for sure. Tyrannus, what they don't take into consideration is Trump feeds off the crowd. There will be no crowds. Well, there won't be, but at the same time, I think that he's going to be fine. Like I said, people eat him up. He's got that thing. He's got something about him that just moves people, the energy. And as much as I don't think he has charisma, but there's a lot of people that feel some type of way about him, that he has that charisma. And he doesn't need anything. He can just sit there and, you know what I mean? Just spit it out and everybody's going to be like, bruh. You know what I mean?
Well, I hope that, that any of them, are actually based off of rallying each of their bases, right? And actually are beneficial to Americans. So and if, I think that a lot of times that the RNC is just going to be a platform for Trump to it's just going to be another, evening of Trump doing his normal stuff. I don't see it being this plea, for votes. It will be more of a bashing, I believe, on to the Democratic Party.
Yeah. You know what? Tyrannus has just said something, and I'm wondering if it's going to be true. I'm not going to sit here and say I agree with what his statement is, but I'm curious, though. The RNC will be focused on hate. It will be based on riots, looting, and how this will be America, which is ironic because this is America under his administration. Tyrannus also said Trump has mostly just been reading the teleprompter for the past month or so. He's been keeping his speaking and gesturing more moderate. And then Enemy Nation said Trump will have a crowd. It won't be video conferencing only. And that's a very good possibility. I mean, that is true. I mean, if he does do that, it might be a combination of both, which will be interesting. It'll be a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So I'm interested to see what happens. And, I do think, I don't know if, like Tyrannus has a good point. I don't think it's going to be focused on hate, but I think it's going to be focused on do you want an America that's going to be continuing with the rioting and the looting and all that stuff? You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they're going to focus on the fact that, if you bring in Joe Biden, this is going to happen. And what DNC has been doing, what, the whole convention this week was do you want this to continue? If you want change, you need to change the leader. You need to change who is running our country. And so, and also I think that they were putting out good points. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that the DNC isn't going to come out, the RNC isn't going to come out with good points. I'm sure they will. Only thing we can do is sit back, wait, and actually see what the convention does when it happens, But like I said, the DNC was the first pancake. So they got to see what went wrong, what worked, the RNC. They get to see what's wrong and fix those things so that when they do their live, their thing is going to be bigger and better. I'm sure of it. You know, and then it would be interesting to see what musicians and what artists outside of just political figures will be out there supporting Trump as well. So I'm interested to see that too, because that's a very slippery slope as well, for sure, for all those entertainers and artists, because a lot of them still want to secure the bag. So I'm interested to see who actually shows up and performs and has no problem supporting Trump during the RNC. Anyway, we got to go into a quick commercial break. When we come back, we have my brother Cleveland Terry live on the show. YouTuber Cleveland Terry will be here live. We'll be right back. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Hey, take off the
Ms. Feinberg, I'd really appreciate it if you would close your legs.
Do you find it distracting?
Power, respect. The festival is crazy in the streets. Deception, the fakers and leaks. Entertainers are trucking for tweakers and losing their circles and nothing unique. All of us under surveillance. People are feeling they made it. Half of them stumbling the road and they faded. They live in the world that's degraded for people that's constantly hated.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on, and then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugarfire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. So you can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all of that.
No,
so what are you guys doing in regards to that?
Well, and we have extra people to clean and rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugarfire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs. Sugarfire, open right now.
Thanks.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.
I'm sorry, I can't make this interview boring because this man is too exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is going to leave and go somewhere else where we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center, a professional nuisance wildlife management company specializing in providing animal removal for residential, industrial, and commercial clients. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. Exactly which animal are we dealing with? How is the animal getting inside the home? What kind of damage is the animal doing to the structure? Once we get the answers to all of these questions, we develop and write up an action plan to resolve the animal issue completely and provide a quote to implement that action plan. We perform a very in-depth 70-point wildlife inspection. From visually inspecting the highest point, the chimney, to physically crawling inside the attic space and looking for animals, chewed wires, fecal matter, chewed structural wood. We inspect everything. Our inspection process covers all of the following 70 points: animal-proof chimney cap, roof ridge vents, roof to soffit junctions, dormer fascia, attic gable vents, gutter lines, fascia trim, garage door, utility penetrations, water, gas, electric, and cable, bathroom vents, attic roof ridge vents, attic electrical, wiring, junctions, boxes, and lighting, concrete decks, additions, wooden crawl spaces, basement plumbing, penetrations, ceiling, floor, and wall. Wildlife Command Center's mission is to deliver the finest quality wildlife removal and pest control service that is safe for the environment. For more information, call us now.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and being a part of the conversation today. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic Friday, and if you are, please most definitely hit that like button down below. And if this is your first time checking out this show, we do this show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, and of course I do my evening show at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're enjoying this show and having a good time with the discussion, please go crush that subscribe button down below. That would really mean a lot. Anyway, we got to get going, and we got to get into this conversation. I got a very special guest on the show. He's been on the show before, so I'm not going to jump all the way into it. If you don't already know about this guy, you most definitely need to go and check him out. Please welcome my brother, Cleveland Terry, to the show. What's up, man?
What's going on, people? How you doing out there? It's a good morning to be on, so thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, man. I'm glad. You're not in the middle of the fires or anything crazy like that, are you?
No, I'm on the other side. I'm outside. I'm around the San Fernando 118 Simi Valley side. So fortunately, this year we've missed them so far. I mean, last couple of years, different story altogether. But we're good now.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm glad that you guys are okay. You know what I'm saying? Because it's insane. It's first COVID, and now it's the fires, and man, it's just like, what else can we get? You know, what else can this country get hit with at the same damn time?
Well, we didn't get the murder bees, so I'm happy about that.
Oh,
but
thank you, baby Jesus.
It's a hard time to be alive, to be honest with you. America is it's not looking too good right now with everything that's going on and how we're handling everything. So I just really want to get into my time machine and move to 2021 right now and just be done with 2020. Because this has just been a disaster.
I think that we're all in that same category. Like I think we're all sitting here going, can we just be done? Can we just be done right now? Because I don't know about y'all, but like, bruh, can we just be done with this year? Let's just I cannot wait for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year.
One hell of a New Year's party.
It's going to be.
One hell of a New Year's party.
Do you understand?
If we're allowed outside.
If we're allowed outside, do you understand how crazy New Year's Eve is going to be? New Year's Eve is going to be a cluster F, and I hope in a good, positive way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm concerned because if we don't have a COVID vaccine out, or whatever they're going to call it, it's going to be real hard to get people outside, you know. So it's going to be an interesting New Year's. I hope that we have something positive that at least allows people to have some confidence and head outside. But you know, I don't know. I mean, how was 4th of July? I mean, people were still stuck in their homes, so we'll see what happens.
They still will.
I can't go until December. It's still stuck in the house. That's a long time from now.
Yeah, it feels like a long time from now. I mean, there's enough drama and enough stuff going on in the internet and in the news. It keeps you at least entertained to a certain extent if you can handle that kind of news. Because some people just can't handle bad news like that all the time, or the drama every single day. You know, it's tough, especially just keeping yourself mentally sound. It could be tough.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
it's
man,
fatiguing,
it's crazy.
Definitely,
it's definitely fatiguing. But for some other people, they feed off of it. Like they just need it. They need the cancel stuff. They need the stuff that's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
you
get
know,
it.
because if they don't have that, then they'll go crazy. You know, that's their form of entertainment, that gossip, you know. So that's so crazy. But how things been on your YouTube channel, man? Let's talk about YouTube, man. Well, how's it been? What's been cracking? What's been popping off for you, bruh?
YouTube has been really, really good for me. I think that when I mentioned before when I was on, as far as quarantine and COVID are concerned, anybody that's in the social media platforms that has anything of value and maybe things that aren't of value, this is the time to be doing anything. And it has blown up over the last 4 months. And more importantly, even though my channel base has gone up, I've gotten so many more contacts, because that's really the thing is before I went into quarantine, I was developing a name and people knew me, but I didn't realize the reach that I had until quarantine kicked in. And I started getting on, you know, Twitch has been huge right now for DJs and for social media types. And, you know, I'd go on and I'd post in the comments, hey, what's going on, everybody? And I didn't even realize that all of these corporations like knew me. And they were like, hey, man, what's going on? And they're whispering, hey, whatever you need, let me know. So it's actually really opened up a lot of opportunities for me personally that I would not have gotten outside of this. I mean, just the contact that's available to you now, where it wasn't before. And now people are, it's been good for me. I've been in meetings after meeting, discussing things, getting new products sent to me.
That's what's up.
Just lots and lots of communication that's been happening. So it's been good for me, honestly. If you don't come out of quarantine with some type of skill set, contacts that can lead you into the next 10 years, there's definitely something wrong with you, because this is the time.
Yeah, it's true, man. I got to be honest, just on a selfish tip, you know, and shameless plug, the show, you know, this platform, the way it's been now as of late has been quite a surprising experiment. I'll just say that it was an experiment. Now it's turned into basically a livelihood / a lifestyle. You know, now my job is posting, doing this show, obviously doing my show, but then on top of that, it's like posting videos, putting up my own 2 cents on things, commentary type stuff, and the interviews, of course. But it's so crazy how when we are so busy not being in the house, running around, living our lives, you know, just going in on a blind, just going busy always. And then to suddenly be stuck in the house, it's such a different thing. And now that it's like, it also gives people more time, because now people have time, like to come onto a show like this, you know, whereas I guarantee you, if your subscriber base was the same number as it is right now, and there was no quarantine stuff going on, no lockdown, I'm sure it'd be very hard to get in touch with you to say, hey, come on to the show. I'm just going to be straight funky on that. You know what I mean? Same thing as you as being a creator as well. You're going out, putting out, maybe you're reaching out to sponsors and products and saying, hey, I wanted to review on this product. I'm sure that right now, because they're leaning so much now on influencers and social media, more than ever now, that of course it's going to be a lot easier for you to knock on that door and have that Skype meeting or have that conversation with somebody. You know what I mean?
You're right.
So
you're
amazing.
100% right. That's exactly what I've been dealing with. A couple of products that I've been trying to get delivered since NAMM, just the guys were just never available. And then all of a sudden, you know, I'm throwing something out online, and then 3 people are like, oh, I can help you with that. I can help you with that. So it's just been a whole different scenario. And you know, I'd like to think that it's not just because people are available, but because just like for you, it's the quality of work you're doing. So people understand that. And if you're going to get eyes on something that you're doing, the quality is what should stand up. And I've always let my quality content, at least my opinion, talk for me.
Yeah.
And even, I just had a meeting yesterday with the corporation that I didn't realize just how much they have actually watched my videos and just, and take what I'm saying as, as, I don't know, gospel in some cases, but it's like, I didn't know, and they're sitting there, oh no, we love you. You're really authentic. And that's kind of always been my thing, is just to kind of tell it like it is. And I knew I was going to annoy some people, but I felt like as long as I was being truthful and unbiased, that people would start to realize that I'm trying to be fair here. And it's translated. So I have no complaints at all. But you're right, though. This is the time where people want access. My email is flooded with people all of a sudden, that want me to rep them or do this or do that. It's like, okay, let me look and see. Let me look and see what it is.
Now, let me ask you this.
But, I'm not complaining.
Let me ask you this. What was
now it's got to translate into money.
Right. No kidding. It's all about the monies. So let me ask you this. What was the moment when you started seeing like the floodgates open for sponsors or products to hit you up being like, hey, review my stuff. Check out our stuff. That kind of thing.
Yeah. So early on, probably when I was at 12,000, I was getting a lot of Amazon people with products. Hey, check it out. I have a product that's like this product, so review it, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't until I hit roughly 19 to 20K that people just started to email me a lot. Like I'm getting a lot of, and it's not just there's one thing to get, I did a video on, IG streaming. That was a big one. There was 160,000 views on that.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I was getting a lot of companies that are like IG alternatives or Twitch alternatives. They're like, hey, can you test out this video? Can you test out the stream and put it on your channel, blah, blah, blah. So I knew those were coming, but now I'm getting brand type deals. Like t-shirt companies want to sponsor me, and there's
dope.
All these little things. So yeah, so that's cool, but that didn't happen until about, I want to say, roughly 19 to 20K. I think that's the magic number for a lot of entities out there, that 20,000 number. And after that, people are just more, because like I said, I do DJ related stuff. So when I start to see things from places that I know have nothing to do with music or anything like that, that's when you know that you're starting to reach a mass that is beyond what you do.
Right.
So yeah, I think it's about 20K.
That's what's up. And that makes sense. That would make sense. I get that. You know what I mean? I just always been curious about that, because it's such an interesting thing when you get started, and then I'm going to ask you this: how do you differentiate between the real ones and the fake ones? Because there's a lot of fake ones. So how can you tell?
There are. It's a live and learn process, in all honesty. I do a lot of research. I research those people like I research the product that I'm reviewing. So if you come to me with something, typically I don't really respond on the first one if I've never heard of you. And then I'll kind of wait for you to respond again. And then I'll do some research on you, figure out what you're about, figure out if it lines up with what I am selling, which is myself. So it's got to be something that makes sense for me. I've had people, they want me to review, microphones. I had one company that wanted to sponsor me, which they would pay for me to mention them in the videos. But the problem was all the things that they were selling made no sense for my brand.
Yeah.
So I can get on there and be like, oh, by the way, I'm sponsored by, Julie's car washing kit, but that doesn't make sense. It's not going to connect with anybody. So I've actually turned away several people that didn't make sense for my brand, because authenticity is kind of my thing, and it's not something that it is who I am. So if I can't sell something or advertise something wholeheartedly, I'd rather not do it, because it becomes obvious.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I've had a couple of microphones where, like for instance, this guy right here, which is a great microphone, and they sent it to me. It was through Amazon. Everything was great, and I did the review, and I did it, but it was hard. And after that, I said, I'm not going to do these anymore. And then I had another guy that was like, hey, we want to send you a microphone. We want to do this. And I'm like, it's got to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, sure, I can take the microphone and give it to my son, and then he can have something. But the bottom line is, it's not going to translate well on camera, and it's not going to be legitimate. It's not going to be authentic. So I just say no to a lot of people. I say no to. And but you know, I've even had Russian companies that want to sponsor me, if you would believe that. So you just have to kind of pick and choose, and it's got to make sense for you. That's the key. It's real easy right now, because I have some friends that I've told, oh, you know, this company wants to sponsor me. Do it. You know, get that money. It's just like, it's not always about the money, and it has to make sense. You have to be able to look yourself in the eye and say, I did this because it made sense for me, and I can keep my integrity, which is far more important to me.
Yeah.
So
and that makes sense.
You know, I pick and choose wisely right now, and it's worked for me. Yeah, I'm not getting paid buku bucks, but I'm okay with that, because I know the product. It's going to translate later on, which is more important to me.
That's what's up. You know, and let me ask you this. I mean, you know, and I know this might be a personal thing, but I know that your main thing was DJing. That was your thing. Now that the COVID has happened, now that lockdown has happened, it's kind of hard to do DJing gigs. So like, what is, aside from YouTube, and you don't have to, I mean, I understand if this is a sensitive question, but how are you securing the bag then? How are you making the monies?
Well, yeah, well, fortunately, I have a DJ company, so it's a fairly large company. We do Check One Two Enterprises, which is right there. You know, we do 300 events a year. So fortunately, there was some cash still in the coffers there that allowed me to kind of just keep doing what I'm doing. But in all honesty, you know, it runs out, and I gotta apply for unemployment, and just like everybody else, and you know, hopefully try to extend this as long as I can. I've been pretty good about a lot of the content that I've been sending out, so there's money in that too. And it's just about trying to stay motivated. But look, if it runs out and there's nothing out there, guess what? You'll see me at Ralph's working at the cashier's checkpoint. I mean, I'm not gonna talk myself into oblivion. If I gotta work, I'm gonna work, because it's just about that too. So right now I'm okay. 3 months from now, if things aren't the way they're supposed to be, because fortunately, you know, people are still. I am different than a lot of other DJs out there. Like, I'm not the club DJ where they just close the industry down and you have nothing.
Yeah.
I fortunately at least have people that are booking 1 to 2 years out. So a lot of people that are looking at this like, well, you know, there's COVID now, but I got to assume by April or March, there's going to be a vaccine and we're going to be good to go again. So I get people booking for May, June, October, November for next year.
Yeah.
So there's still money coming in. It's nowhere near where it should be, where it normally is.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, we'll learn to be creative, and we'll work through it, and you know, we'll make it happen.
Right on. So let me ask you this. This is kind of a left turn, but it has to do with COVID. You know, because we're all living in it. We're all swimming in this COVID soup. Let me ask you this. You're a family man. So what are your thoughts on schools? What are your thoughts on kids going to schools?
Get out of my house. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, that's the truth, though. Real talk. That is the truth. But what were you saying?
Like right now, in the next room over, I have a kid in school. She's online. She's in Google Classrooms. She's doing her thing. Over there, I got my oldest 9th grader. He just started high school. He's doing it home. And I would rather my kids be safe than get sick. Until we have something out there that we know can protect them, whether it be temporarily or just something in place, I would rather keep them home. You know, a lot of people, I know it's hard for them because they work and they're not used to having to stay home with their children, and, you know, daycare and all these things are no longer available. I get why they would want to send their kids to school. it's expensive. I mean, for them to be at home, but you gotta protect your family, and there comes a time when safety supersedes your selfishness, I guess is what I want to say. So I've learned to work around them. I mean, getting up. This is actually the last couple of days have been the first days that I've been up before like 10 a.m. because the entire family used to go to bed at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. So nobody woke up early. So this is the first week where it's like, oh yeah, we used to get up at 7 o'clock and get ready and eat breakfast and go to school.
Right.
We're back to that now. So I think it's important. I know a lot of people are against it. And they want to send their kids to school and obviously herd immunity and the kids don't get sick. It's like, that's fine. The kids don't get sick. But until you can tell me that the kids aren't going to bring something home and potentially infect myself or my wife, we have grandparents that are here all the time. Until you can provide us a solution that makes sense, that we can actually trust, not just words. We gotta do what's best for everybody, and that means staying at home. Haven't we learned that? We've learned now that it's very possible for corporations to work from home. Kids can learn from home. The old school style of understanding of what we are as a that's my daughter screaming right now. See? School stuff.
Yeah, right.
But that whole understanding before of, this is how the world works is changing. So if we have to modify and change the structure, let's just do it. And let's just, move into the future with a new understanding that we don't have to do things the way we used to. So I'm all for it. And even if it's a hybrid learning and where they're, in school partially and they're back at home, like, at least I have the space to do it. I know not everybody can.
Yeah. And I understand that too. I mean, that's definitely understandable. A lot of parents are, a lot of single parenting homes as well. I mean, all of them are out here working hard, making money. So I can only imagine how hard it is for those parents to find a way to have their kids be able to learn from home during this time, and it's terrible. It's a terrible situation. But I had to ask you that because, obviously that's something that people are talking about a lot lately. And we've had this discussion multiple times on the show and all that. But, I had to ask you about that, and I appreciate that. Jack, do you have any questions for him?
It's pretty cool seeing all the different type of equipment and stuff you're being sent. Do people does the company send it to you with the expectations that you have to have it, shown for a certain amount of time, you have to tag it in the descriptions, or is this like use it and then send it back to them? Because I know that there's some companies that probably would do that. Would just say, hey, yeah, try this out. If you don't like it, send it back to us. Or other ones are like, yeah, put it in your video, let us know what's up, and then you get to keep it.
Right. So there are different types across the board. So the initial ones, like the ones that typically come from like the Amazon people, they just want to send you the product. If you stand by your guns, because a lot of them will try to have you kind of prepay for it, like buy it off of Amazon and then do a review on it. I hate that because I'm like, I was never going to buy your product, so why would I buy it and you reimburse me after I do a review? Yeah, so send me the product and then we'll go from there. For those people, like for Amazon people that send the product, yes, they expect you to do a review within a certain amount of time. And I always tell them, like, look, I may not like it, so I'm going to be honest with the people. So if you're going to send me something, make sure that you have faith in it. And for the most part, I've only had one product that has failed me. And I actually have that review I still need to put out. But besides that, so that's that. That's like the Amazon people. And then, you'll have the branding people or the people that like want to give you clothing and stuff like that. They want to see you wear the clothing. So, you don't have to necessarily review it, but they want you in it. And then they want you to tag, all of your stuff to let people know, oh, by the way, in case you were wondering about this shirt, I got this from yada, yada, yada. But then you don't have to do a true review about it. You just have to kind of mention it. And then I have my larger corporate entities that you set up relationships with, and then they will send you product, or you'll ask, hey, by the way, I know this product is just out. Can I test it for a while? And then they'll send it to you, and with the understanding that you'll keep it for 2 to 3 months, and then send it back. For most of the big stuff, you always have to send it back. You don't get to keep anything. Every so often they may be nice about it and say, hey, you know what, whatever, we like what you're doing, so go ahead and keep this. But in general, everything needs to go back.
Yeah,
so
we're gonna need that landfill back.
Yeah, right, exactly. But I'm fine with that, because for me, it's more about the content. Don't get me wrong. There's been a couple of products. For instance, the thing that I'm using right now, which is this A10 Mini, I have to send this product back in a month or two, but I love it. So I'm going to try to work a deal out to try to keep this product in house. And that's another thing. A lot of them know that when they send you the product, if you do end up liking it or whatever, they'll give you substantial discounts because you have done the review. You have shown people. Like, for instance, a couple of companies, they don't want you to even do a review. They just want you to tag it in your videos, because they want it to feel, I guess,
natural,
like authentic. Yeah, natural. Yeah. Oh, he just happens to use this product. Right. Not that we sent him this product and a whole bunch of other stuff. But
that's how it's done.
I'm fine with that. Like I said. What'd you say?
I said, that's how it's done. Because I've noticed, like, sometimes I'll go and see, go check out somebody, like you see them do some really great work, and you're going, dang, like, for example, the camera that you're using, it's like, dang, that camera's super clean. You got something that's really nice and crispy. I like that. So then you go and it'd say, like, instead of, because most of the time when you see an influencer and you're hitting them up, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to hear back from them, because they're busy getting DMs all the time from multiple people, especially if they have a large following. Or there's the other problem. It's like, how do I get in contact with said person? So the thing is like, all right, being able to find that way or find that angle, but then you're going in there, you're doing the deep dive, being like, okay, maybe there's some way. How does he shoot this? Or what is his rig? And then you'll look in the description or in the thing down below, and you'll see hashtag Canon something. And you're like, oh, so he shoots with a Canon 60D. Bet. That is so clean. Maybe I could do the same thing. And I mean, and I've never noticed that could be an angle. You know what I'm saying? To just, one, for them to secure the bag, but for the company to actually get your money too, which is really, really fascinating. You know what I mean? I never knew that.
It is. And I mean, at least for me though, I mean, even if like I wasn't using this one, I mean, even before they sent this to me, I was using other things because I've made it work for my scenario situation that I'm in my studio. But I'm never going to complain when I see upgrades. I mean, I own my own equipment. I have a complete warehouse full of equipment, but if a new product comes out and they want to send it to me to test out for a couple of months, I'm not going to say no to that. I'm still a kid in a toy shop, and I still want to play with all the new toys, because look, when it's all said and done, a lot of the things that I get, I couldn't afford myself.
Right.
They're just way too expensive. So I get a chance of the opportunity to use stuff and literally go into a serious deep dive with it, and they understand that, and I can truly be able to communicate that, do reviews. I am not going to complain about that at all.
Word.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
You said you got asked to go on to different streaming sites and things like that. Are there any sites that you see right now that are going to be like the next thing?
Well, right now the thing is Twitch. That's where everybody moved over after IG and Facebook started to really crack down on streaming. So Twitch is the place. Now, obviously, even being on Twitch, there's no mechanical licenses for music on Twitch. You're not supposed to be DJing on Twitch. But at the current time, Twitch has been real lenient as far as live streaming. It's only when the stream ends and then they run their algorithm through to check for copyrighted music that they will mute the songs. So they've been far more understanding. And come on, let's not be dumb here. It makes total sense to not really force this. I mean, the amount of eyes that they have got onto Twitch since DJs have moved over, it's been tremendous. I mean, I remember when I first hopped on, and there's a category called DJ Life, and when I first got on, you can go on and it'll show you like how many people or how many things are being streamed in each category, and that one it was like 2 people. Now today you check that same stream and it's like 32,000.
Wow.
So yeah, it's huge, and I mean, I really hope that they're working on getting some type of licenses. I mean, it's not like Jeff Bezos doesn't have the money; it's Amazon owned, so I'm sure that they could put some force behind it, because it is a great, as far as all of them are concerned, because there's several that are out there. There is Twitch, there is Mixcloud. There's a new company called Play DJ TV, which I still need to review. I have a meeting with them to start talking to them about stuff.
Oh.
But
so expect a really good review coming out then from them. If
exactly,
if you're going to secure that bag.
But Mixcloud, as far as everybody's concerned, as far as licensing, Mixcloud is the only site that you can legally stream music, not even music videos, but just music live streams. They're the only sites that allow you to do that legally. There's no takedown, although they don't allow you to play back any streams. Once you turn off the stream, it's gone for good. You can throw the mix up and that'll stay there, but the stream itself is gone.
Dang.
So maybe that's their way out of it. I'm not really sure.
It's all pure live.
Exactly. Which in all honesty, I prefer, because I want people to come and see me because I'm DJing live, so they can experience the moment with me. Because if you can go back and you can replay stuff, to me, I'm not into the replay thing. And in all honesty, I never have been, because a lot of the stuff you do, yes, anybody can copy and emulate, but that might be your trick, your routine that you've developed over time, and you're laying it out there for somebody to just come and just, oh, that's cool. Let me take that. So I'm a little selfish that way. But yeah, I would rather them live, because that's what people complain about. Oh, well, they'll take you down after the fact. It's like, who cares? Yeah. If you were DJing a nightclub, it's not like people are going to come the next day and watch a replay of you. Like, you want them there when you're DJing.
Right.
So that's just the way I look at it.
That's very, very true. And the thing is streaming now, especially because of COVID and everything, has become such a prominent thing. It's become the thing now for a lot of creators, and so it's great that you still have that avenue, so that you can keep your chops tight still, but also reach out to so many different people from all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure you have people who support you, or I don't know what you call them, if you call them just fans or supporters or whatever. But those people who watch you, I mean, they're getting inspired, they're watching your stuff and all that. And like I said, you're getting better and better at mixing your stuff, and getting better and better with your live streams. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Mine was a combination, because I, being a tech DJ influencer, YouTuber, at a certain point, people start to question, when the higher your numbers get, people start to question the validity of what you're saying. Mm-hmm. And one of the first things that people were saying was, well, what you're saying is fine, but this DJ influencer DJs live on his stream, so I know I can trust what he's saying. So it wasn't until Facebook and IG and Twitch came on that I started DJing live streaming that a lot of my supporters saw me and realized, oh, wow, he can actually DJ. And so then it became a thing where people, it just validates who you are, turns around tenfold. They trust more what you're saying in your videos. So it's a combination of things. And, but more importantly, it's connected me to the DJ world like never before. I mean, because we have our things. We have NAMM, and we have, I forget the one that's in Atlantic City. But those are like the two main ones that happen. And those are where you see all the DJs. And sure, the DJs, Buck Rogers and Miles Medina, and they're performing, on all of these big showcases. And you may be able to say hi to them or talk to them for a second, but you don't really get contact. Twitch has shrank the community access so greatly that people, they see you now. You know, you're commenting on their streams. They're like, hey, what's going on? Blah, 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 blah. And they see, and next, you know, I'm streaming and somebody pops up on my stream. Somebody that would have never, ever popped up on anything that I've ever done before, you know, and now they're on there. So it's like, you got to look at it and go, I mean, just the connection. All the DJs, Twitch has brought people together. Instagram was separate and distinct. Facebook was separate and distinct. But Twitch is about community. It's the raid. I don't know if you're familiar with Twitch, but like the way that you can be DJing, you're DJing for 20 people, and then you turn around and some DJ just brings in 130 people to your stream. And now those 130 people are seeing you. It's essentially you DJing at a nightclub, and there's a nightclub across the street, and the DJ in the nightclub goes, hey guys, we're going across to see my boy.
Yeah.
And they all follow you into the new club. And all of a sudden, now you have 130 new fans that you didn't have before.
Yeah.
And because of that, those big name people, or they have people that are on their streams that are big, and they bring them over. Next thing you know, you're in contact with everybody.
Right.
You know, yeah, I mean, one of the guys that I'm on after this, which is Tweak Music Tips, I'm on at 10 o'clock, and he started this during COVID. And he said, you know, I might as well do this while I have the opportunity. Right. And he does it, I think it's 3 days a week, similar to what you do, but it's all DJ industry, music industry type stuff. And he brings people on, and it started out, he had nobody on there. Now, like a couple of weeks ago, like he had Crystal Waters was on, and you know, all of these like big name people that would have never looked at him before. And I mean, I think it's dope what's going on right now. Yeah, it sucks when you walk outside your house, but from what I've seen and watched people do over the last few months, I'm amazed. I'm absolutely amazed, which is why I'm saying if you can't succeed right now, if you can't, and I don't mean succeed in like, oh, I got all these followers, but just like growth, like definitive growth. The problem is you.
Yeah. You're just not a likable person, man. That's all it is.
I mean, real.
You suck.
I gotta be honest.
Look in the mirror. Have a look in the mirror and fix that problem. Make that change. Michael Jackson. No. So I feel you on that 110% because that's most definitely the thing. It's like, this is an opportunity. This is a huge opportunity for all of us to transcend to a whole other level if this is the platform or if this is the world that you want to live in regards to, you know, being a content creator or, you know, running your own talk show or whatever it is, you know, DJing, all that. This is the opportunity to grow. You know, so in a way, you know, you're turning these lemons most definitely into some Mike Hard's lemonade. Like, literally. It ain't lemonade because these times are tough. You know what I'm saying? So we all need some Mike's Hard lemonades up in this piece. So, you know, and if you're not doing that, then that's on you. At the end of it, it's not about you. It's not about the content you're making. It's about the lack thereof of content that you are not making. And if you are putting that stuff out and you really do care about it, you will grow an audience. You will grow a family. Like we started doing this show. It takes time. We started this show with like 1, maybe 2 viewers. You know what I'm saying? Live stream. Just talking about the live. Yeah. What's up, James? James, who still watches our show to this day, was our first viewer ever. Our first comments, everything was James Joseph. Shout out to my soldier. You know what I mean? He still watches to this day, which is lovely. It's amazing. You know what I mean? But we've been able to grow. Now I'm personally knowing all these names and faces and all that stuff. And it's all because of putting in the work and keep putting in the blood, sweat, and tears and realizing that this is the time to strike while the iron is hella hot. Because this is the time that everyone's at home and they got nothing to do. There are movie theaters are now opening now. But before, you couldn't even go see a movie. This was the form of entertainment that we had, you know, aside from the TV and reruns and Netflix and rewatching series that you've already seen 1 billion times. So if you're not jumping on that stuff,
lots of old movies I'm watching lately.
Yeah, man. If you're not capitalizing on this right now, And I even say this even beyond the content creators. I'm even saying people who are making products, people who are just trying to build their business. This is the time more than ever that people are locked down and they need something to consume. So why not utilize that opportunity?
It's interesting that you would say that, because when quarantine started, I'm sure you probably know, it was video capture cards, audio capture cards, like just completely sold out for weeks at a time.
Bruh, a microphone, just a microphone, bruh, was like gone. Right. Even the cheapest ones, you're like, where am I going to find a damn microphone? Damn. It's crazy.
Yeah, but it's funny because there's a couple of companies like from the DJ world, and NAMM happened at the end of January, and NAMM is the music gear convention that you go to every year. It happens twice a year, but it came out, so everybody released their products at NAMM, and then it's always the understanding that the product's typically going to come out 2 to 3 months from now. When COVID happened, there was some companies that just literally stopped sending anything out. Like they barely advertise. And then there's other companies that are just sending product after product, and people are buying these products. Yeah. And I'm sitting there on the outside going, it seems weird to me that your assumption is that people just don't have any money to buy products, so we're not going to waste the time in sending out product, because I'm watching people spend money. I don't know where it's coming from, stimulus checks, unemployment, whatever. People are buying stuff left and right. I have friends that literally, they got their stimulus checks, spent $2,000 worth of gear like that. So people are spending money. But going back to what you had said before with people being visible and doing stuff, I think that's far more important right now, because people that are kind of hiding, like, I'm not going to do anything until COVID ends, and then I'll finally get out there. Mm-hmm. How in the world do they expect the world to even acknowledge that they're back when they're gone? I mean, there's tons of DJs out there that's
a good point.
Are well known, well respected. All of a sudden, COVID hit, people started streaming, and they're nowhere to be found. Why in the world do they think that when it's over, all of a sudden people are going to just start rebooking them? I think the people that are streaming right now, the people that are building up those communities on Twitch and whatnot, those are the people that they're going to want to book, because they can see the numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you have 20,000 people watching your streams every day. We got to book you because, well, people will like you. They're going to come see you. It just boggles my mind right now that people don't understand the opportunities they have, and it's frustrating.
Yeah.
It's honestly frustrating.
It is seriously. It is super frustrating, especially when people are sitting there going, "Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to," and it's like, bruh, how many times have I already had this conversation with you, kind of thing? You know what I mean? Like, and even for myself, it took a long time to jump on the bandwagon, and I think this Rona, forced me to practice what I was preaching all this time. And it's working. Like, it's surprise, it's actually working. And I think that's one of those things that people like to preach, but they don't practice what they preach. And they all think about how hard it is. And it's like, how hard is it to get out of bed, sit in front of a camera, or put a post on Instagram, whatever your platform is going to be? How hard is it? How hard is it? You could even use your phone. Your cell phone shoots amazing video, for crying out loud. Like, just get on it and just do it. You know what I mean? But anyway,
agreed.
But anyway, we could talk about this till we're blue in the face for sure. Cleveland Terry, thank you so much for being on today. I mean, we were going to play a game, but this was like super, super big and a very good conversation, a much needed conversation for sure. Can you tell everybody where to find you, where to go, tastefully cyber stalk you real quick?
Yeah, I'm pretty easy. Cleveland Terry, which is like the city, Cleveland Terry, Terry. You can find me on YouTube, www.youtube.com/Cleveland Terry. By the way, Cleveland is not where I'm from. I'm born and raised in LA. Cleveland is actually my first name. I always need to define that because that's the first thing people say. Where are you from? Oh, where in Ohio do you live? I'm like, I don't live in Ohio. You can find me on Twitch. Same thing, Cleveland Terry. IG, it's Cleveland Terry with an underscore. Everything is rooted in Cleveland Terry. If you get confused, just go to my site, www.clevelandterry.com. I have all my social links right in there that you can get to.
Bang.
So, thanks for checking me out.
Yeah, man. Go check him out. He's extremely informative, a great DJ. Check out his Twitch streams. And, of course, he streams on YouTube as well. So definitely check his stuff out. He's got a lot of great stuff on both sites. Anyway, thank you, Terry. I really appreciate it. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Hey, take off. Ms. Feinberg, I'd really appreciate it if you would close your legs.
Do you find it distracting?
Power, respect. The festival is crazy in the streets. Deception, the fakers and leaks. Entertainers are trucking for tweakers and losing their circles. Their loves are unique. All of us under surveillance. We was a feeling they made it. Half of them stolen abroad and they faded. They live in the world that's degraded for people that's constantly hated.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on, and then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. I mean, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugarfire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. So you can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all of that.
No,
so what are you guys doing in regards to that?
Well, we have extra people to clean and rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugarfire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs. Sugarfire, open right now.
Thanks.
Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and everything. I know that we are close to wrapping up our show and everything, but I wanted to jump into this quick story in regards to, because we can't just have it in the title and not talk about it. But Jack's got a little bit of the story in regards to We Build the Wall and the connections with Steve Bannon. And I definitely want to talk about this really quick before we head out. So, Jack, speak on it, bruh.
So, I mean, he was arrested.
Of course.
And charged with fraud. Steve
Big
Bannon.
breaking news from yesterday.
And he has pled not guilty. And Trump reacted to it saying that it's very sad that Bannon was arrested. And he says he didn't like the private border wall project. So even there, he's kind of separated himself from Bannon again. Saying that he wants the wall. He didn't want somebody else to build it. He wanted to build it.
Right.
And so yeah, I had pulled up a game, so I had gotten rid of.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother.
My thing here, so I'm pulling it back up. But yeah, he pled not guilty to charges of wire fraud and money laundering on Thursday. After Bannon and 3 others were indicted for allegedly defrauding donors of up to $25 million of fundraising campaign money to build a wall along the southern border. So let's see, Bannon, Brian Colfage, Andrew Baldalto, and Timothy Shea were arrested Thursday morning. Bannon was taken into custody by agents from the U.S. Postal Service off the coast of Connecticut while he was on a 152-foot yacht registered to exiled Chinese billionaire Guo Wengui, and is what the law enforcement officers said. The indictment was unsealed on Thursday morning. He was released on a $5 million bond Thursday afternoon and must forfeit his passport. He can only travel to D.C., Maryland, and Connecticut for work. and the eastern and southern districts of New York. And so that's pretty interesting. What was he doing on an exiled Chinese billionaire's yacht?
That's what I'd like to know. Interesting.
But Trump, continued to distance himself. He said, "I haven't been dealing with him for a very long period of time," and he believes that the construction of the border wall through that private effort was being done for showboating reasons. And so, yeah, I don't know. Because back in July, he did tweet. He said, "A section of a wall built by a private group which raised money by ads. It was only done to make me look bad, and perhaps it now doesn't even work. Should have been built like rest of wall, 500 plus miles." So, yeah, I don't know. The We Build the Wall project also had former Kansas Secretary of State Chris Kobach, Sheriff David Clark, and Kurt Schilling were all involved with it, but none of them have been mentioned in the indictment. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's see what happens, I guess, right?
Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens, too. Tanner Vane said Chinese nationals are the biggest drug growers in the western U.S. right now. Wow. Or at least were before DEA raids earlier in the year. Not sure how many are still around. That's very interesting. Now, the thing is, oh, my God. See, the plot is always thickening, and one of the things that Steve Bannon said even also as he was walking out or as he was in court the last night or yesterday, he said, this is all because people are trying to stop us from building the wall. So he is hell bent on he's hell bent on saying that he's not guilty. That's one. Two, he is hell bent on trying to say that there's a conspiracy, against them not being able to build this wall, that they're trying to make up whatever they can make up so that this wall isn't built, which I find very interesting as well. For him to say something like that. But of course, any excuse you can find while you are drowning, anything you can grab onto while you're drowning, you're going to grab onto it. So we're going to have to see how things grow and how things develop as the world turns, if you will.
Yeah.
And
you can watch Fox News. Fox Business host Lou Dobbs has blamed the deep state conspiracy theory for the arrest of Steve Bannon. And so,
oh boy. Like I said, and the plot thickens. It's gonna keep going. You know what I mean? We're gonna get all things coming in from left and right. It's gonna be crazier and crazier and crazier. I'm interested to see what happens as things develop, man. Because real talk, that's fascinating, bruh. Fascinating. Yeah. Real quick before we actually wrap up the show, because it is about that time. Unfortunately, we weren't able to talk about the thing that I said I was going to talk about today. But I guarantee you we will be talking about it this evening for sure. It's in regards to maps being considered a sexual preference. The argument that has been posted. Do you know what a map is?
No.
Oh man, neither do I. No, I'm kidding. It's I'm forgetting what a map is. Tanner Vane, comment down below. I forgot what the acronym is, but it is apparently the way that pedophiles want to be considered as
a minor attracted person.
Thank you. A minor attractive person. Thank you. There is a TED Talk that came out a little while ago where there is a psychiatrist talking about how that pedophiles should be put in the same category or in the same acronym of LGBTQ, because they're saying it's a sexual preference. They were born this way. So there is an actual TED Talk about this, and I was supposed to talk about this I was going to talk about this afternoon or this evening, or I mean, sorry, this morning. Oh my God, this particular show. But because of, the interviews and just all the other stuff that we were talking about, I'm going to push that conversation to this evening. And so I will be on this evening. So be on the lookout for that. Okay. And we will talk about that. I promise you we will talk about that, because I feel like that's going to be a heavy, much thicker conversation anyway, that I feel like could take up a whole hour. Because we're going to watch the video, or we're going to watch some clips from some highlights from the actual TED Talk, and then we're going to talk about this. You know what I mean? We're definitely going to have to rap about it for sure. And it's messed up. It's really, really messed up. It's gross. I don't agree with it at all. But that is a movement that literally exists right now, for sure. So, anyway, it's time to get going, y'all. I appreciate all y'all for coming in, being a part of the conversation. It's insane. I'm seeing some comments here like, what? Maps? Get the F out of here. True. It is really, really true. High octane, exactly. It's very true. Yes, I'm still talking, Mr. CCDV. Thank you so much. And Jalen, I want to say, I hope you have I don't know if you've already done the surgery or not, but I hope you have a very successful surgery. If you've had it already, hopefully it was successful and good. Because obviously, if you're commenting on here, that'd be then it must have gone well. Ishii, I'll say this: I'm not talking out of my butt. I'm telling you that. I ain't talking out my ass. This is true. So we are going to talk about that because it is weird. It is very weird. I don't agree with it. It is wrong. We're going to definitely talk about it. It was part of a conversation that we had last night. So anyway. Oh, okay. Oh, it's his. Oh, okay. Jalen's in the hospital and somebody else is watching on behalf of Jalen. Thank you so much. Please send her our well wishes, because I know all of us are wishing her well. You know what I'm saying? And we look forward to having her comment back on the show very, very soon. And if you're watching Jalen's son or daughter, I don't know who it is, please most definitely comment on the next show and let us know how it went. You know what I mean? If it was that the surgery was successful. You know what I mean? Oh, okay, Ishii. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, dang, I'm not talking out my ass. That's real.
Every day, Pascal.
Every day.
You're talking out your ass.
Every day I'm talking out my ass. This is what I do. This is the Pascal show. Nothing but talking out your ass. You know what I'm saying? You want to hear a man talk out his ass for 3 hours a day? Come on to the Pascal show. Anyway, I hope you guys are going to be. Oh, Mr. CCDV, he said, this is a topic that must be talked about. I've been all morning talking about it. Oh. I've been on all morning talking about it.
Maybe not on here, maybe on other things.
Yeah, maybe on something else. Maybe on something else. But Mr. CCDV, tune in tonight. At 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be on. We will be talking about this for sure. You meant the expert with this maps. Well, they didn't say maps in it. They just talked about how pedophilia should be considered as part of the LGBTQ plus community. That it is a sexual preference. They were born this way. It should be considered as a sexual preference. So we are going to talk about that, go into a deep dive in regards to it. Jack, if you're around and if you got time, I would love to have you there as a part of the conversation. If you want to throw in your 2 cents, that'd be great.
I'll see if I can. It's a really hard time. And we got birthday
got
planning for little Jack this weekend.
Oh, really?
So we're going to be pretty...
it's Jack's birthday?
Yeah, turning the big 7.
That's what's up, man. Congratulations, bro. Jack the 4th. Jack the 4th is his birthday's when?
Sunday.
Oh, nice. Okay. And that's interesting because I'm throwing a birthday party. Well, my family. I'm doing a little birthday party get together for my dad's birthday because my dad's birthday is tomorrow. And this is the first birthday that he is not with us. You know what I mean?
Well,
so
yeah, and today is my grandfather's birthday.
Wow.
It's April's grandfather's birthday.
That's
so
what's
today
up.
is Jack Buck the first's birthday.
Really?
And Jack Buck the fourth was 2 days later.
Wow. A lot of great men. In other words, a lot of great men were born this weekend.
In August, yes.
Over this weekend. Let's just say that. That's amazing. That's amazing. I didn't know it was Jack Buck the first. The sports announcer, Jack Buck's birthday was yesterday. I didn't know that.
Today.
Oh, it's today. Sorry. Today.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. And it's crazy that my wife's grandfather has also had a birthday today.
Yeah.
I have my sister and my aunt have the same birthday. We have a cousin and one of my other sisters has the same birthday. And then we have a grandma and another grandma have the same birthday. I mean, I guess there's only so many days in a year, so it's a good overlap. But we have a lot of like coinciding birthdays in our family.
Yeah, no, that's dope. Well, that means you guys are meant to be together. That's all it is. That's why you have those beautiful babies. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah.
But I will be on tonight. Mr. CCDV just said, I just found you this morning during a break. Mr. CCDV, thank you so much. And definitely comment down below. Let us know where you're commenting from, like where you're watching this show, you know, and where do you work that allows you to have a break to check this show out, which is awesome. But then, of course, you know, I want to definitely, I'm just saying, I'm sorry to everybody. I know some people came on to see this conversation about this whole thing about maps and everything. Tune in tonight, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is the thing I'm going to be talking about for show. And I will most likely be taking phone calls too. So be sure to call in. You know, be ready to call in tonight, at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, because we are going to talk about this. Because I want to hear your opinions on this and your thoughts in regards to this, because this is weird. It's weird to me, bruh. It's really, really weird. That is even that they even thought about this as a possibility. So I'm going to talk about it. I might play a little devil's advocate as well, just to get the conversation stirring up and, get the conversation moving. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's time to get going. Jack, thank you so much for being on, man.
See ya.
Cleveland Terry, thank you so much for being on as well. Definitely go check him out, Cleveland Terry on YouTube. He's really fantastic. He's very informative, and he's got really great stuff as well. Go follow him, go subscribe and all that. I'll be on tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. Have a great rest of your day, guys. I'll see you guys tonight. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Hey, take off. Ms. Feinberg, I'd really appreciate it if you would close your legs.
Do you find it distracting?
Power, respect. The festival is crazy in the streets. Deception, the fakers and leaks. Entertainers are trucking for tweakers and losing their suckers. Their loves are unique. All of us under surveillance. People are feeling they made it. Half of them stumbling around and they faded. They live in the world that's degrading for people that's constantly hated.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on, and then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugarfire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. So you can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all that.
No,
so what are you guys doing in regards to that?
Well, and we have extra people to clean, rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugarfire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs.
Sugarfire, open right now.
Thanks.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.